Being alone is one of the most powerful experiences one can have. It holds immense potential for personal growth, reflection, and transformation. While society often portrays solitude as something to be avoided, even feared, it is in these moments of quiet isolation that individuals are often able to achieve their greatest breakthroughs. Alone time offers an unparalleled opportunity to connect with one's own inner voice, think deeply about life's complexities, and gain clarity in ways that are impossible when surrounded by distractions. In a world that seems to constantly push for social interaction and engagement, the act of being alone is not only necessary but vital for individual development. The culture of constant connectivity, while offering many benefits, often leads to overstimulation and a lack of introspection. People are so immersed in the noise of others' opinions, external influences, and the busyness of modern life that they rarely stop to ask themselves what they truly want or need. In solitude, these distractions fade and individuals can discover who they are, what they stand for, and where they are going in life. Solitude has the power to clarify one's values. When alone, there is no one else to please, no one else to consider, and no external pressures to follow. It is in these moments of quiet that individuals can look inward and assess their true desires without the influence of others' expectations. The choices made in solitude tend to be deeply personal, and they allow a person to embrace their authentic self. There is a rare freedom in being alone that allows an individual to break free from societal norms and expectations and to live life on their own terms. The power of solitude lies not only in the absence of external noise, but also in the ability to focus inward. Alone time fosters deep self-reflection, and this process can be incredibly transformative. It's in these moments that individuals are able to evaluate their past, understand their strengths and weaknesses, and look forward with a clearer sense of purpose. It's easy to get lost in the chaos of the world, to become overwhelmed by responsibilities, and to forget the importance of taking a step back. Yet, when alone, a person can step out of the whirlwind and gain perspective. They are able to see their life with fresh eyes, noticing patterns, behaviors, and habits that may have been previously unnoticed. Furthermore, solitude allows one to cultivate independence and self-reliance. Society often tells individuals that they need others in order to succeed or be happy, but solitude reveals that true strength comes from within. When a person spends time alone, they learn to rely on their own abilities, to trust their instincts, and to find confidence in their own decision-making. It is in these moments that individuals come to understand that they are capable of standing on their own, making decisions without external validation, and pursuing their goals without waiting for approval from others. In addition to the internal benefits, being alone can also foster creativity and innovation. When a person is alone, they are free from the constraints of groupthink or the need to conform to others' ideas. Solitude allows the mind to wander, to explore new possibilities, and to think unconventionally. Many of the world's greatest inventions, works of art, and groundbreaking ideas have come from moments of solitude. It's in these quiet times that new ideas are born, and people can tap into their full creative potential. Without the constant pressure of social interaction or the noise of external opinions, the mind is free to explore and imagine in ways that are often restricted in the hustle and bustle of everyday life. Moreover, solitude provides an opportunity for deep emotional healing. In solitude, people can face their emotions without fear of judgment or interruption. It is often easier to process complex feelings when there is no external influence. Alone time offers the space needed to grieve, reflect, and heal. Whether it's healing from past trauma, overcoming a difficult experience, or simply dealing with the stresses of life, solitude allows individuals to confront their feelings without distraction. It is in these quiet moments that emotional clarity can emerge and healing can begin. Being alone also promotes mindfulness and self-care. In a world that often prioritizes productivity over well-being, solitude allows individuals to slow down, rest, and recharge. It provides a much-needed break from the demands, challenges, and obstacles that they must navigate on their own. This experience builds mental and emotional strength as they learn how to cope with difficult situations without relying on others. The ability to overcome adversity in solitude instills a deep sense of self-reliance and resilience that carries over into other areas of life. People who spend time alone often find that they are better equipped to handle life's challenges, as they have already developed the inner strength to face obstacles head-on. Additionally, solitude allows for personal growth in a way that is unique and profound. In solitude, there is no one else to compare oneself to, no one to compete with. This creates an environment where personal progress is not measured against others' successes or failures. Instead, growth is an internal process, one that is based on personal goals, aspirations, and self-improvement. When alone, individuals can take ownership of their growth, set their own pace, and make choices that reflect their personal vision for their life. This autonomy in the process of growth is what makes solitude so powerful. Moreover, being alone provides the space needed to practice and cultivate discipline. It takes a certain level of discipline to be comfortable in solitude, to resist the temptation of external distractions, and to focus on one's own journey. Solitude requires an individual to set boundaries with the outside world and to prioritize their own needs over external expectations. This ability to create and maintain boundaries is a form of self-respect and can lead to greater self-mastery. Individuals who embrace solitude are often better at managing their time, energy, and attention because they have learned to focus on what truly matters to them. The act of being alone also encourages a deeper connection with nature and the world around us. When alone, people are often more attuned to the natural environment, whether it's the sound of the wind, the feel of the earth beneath their feet, or the beauty of the stars in the sky. These moments of solitude allow for a more profound appreciation of the world's natural rhythms, fostering a sense of peace and connection that is hard to achieve in a crowded, fast-paced society. Nature, in its quiet stillness, has a unique way of offering solace and perspective, reminding individuals of the vastness of the world and the fleeting nature of their own concerns. In the context of relationships, solitude can also teach valuable lessons. Being alone doesn't mean being isolated, rather. It provides the opportunity to strengthen one's relationship with oneself. When a person spends time alone, they come to understand their own needs, desires, and boundaries, which in turn allows them to engage more authentically in relationships with others. Solitude offers the space to heal, reflect, and grow, and when individuals are in a healthier, more balanced state, their relationships with others can flourish. Ironically, it is through solitude that individuals often find the clarity and strength to form more meaningful connections with others because they are no longer relying on external validation or codependency. Finally, solitude fosters a deeper sense of gratitude. When a person spends time alone, they often become more attuned to the simple blessings in life. Without the constant distraction of social interactions or external demands, individuals are able to appreciate the small, everyday moments that are often overlooked. The beauty of a sunset, the warmth of a cup of tea, or the quiet comfort of a peaceful room can take on new significance in moments of solitude. This sense of gratitude enhances overall well-being, contributing to a more fulfilling and meaningful life. In a world that often values constant busyness and social interaction, the power of being alone cannot be underestimated. Solitude is not a void to be feared, but a space of immense potential. It is in solitude that individuals discover their truest selves, unlock their creativity, heal emotionally, and build resilience. The ability to be comfortable in one's own company is one of the greatest gifts one can give to oneself. The power of being alone lies not in loneliness, but in the profound strength, clarity, and growth that comes from embracing solitude. The process of self-discovery is one of the most profound journeys an individual can embark upon. It's often said that we cannot truly know others until we know ourselves. But in the hustle and bustle of modern life, full of external demands and distractions, many people struggle to understand who they are and what they truly want. The concept of being alone is integral to this process. Solitude offers the space and the environment where true self-discovery can flourish, allowing individuals to step away from the noise of daily life, from the expectations of others, and from the pressures that come with being constantly connected. In these moments of isolation, we are granted the opportunity to connect with the deepest parts of our being. In our everyday lives, we are often pulled in many directions. We have work to do, obligations to meet, and people to care for. This constant external focus means that we rarely take the time to check in with ourselves. It's easy to get caught up in the daily grind, lost in the demands of others, or consumed by the noise of society. Yet, it is in the quiet moments when we are alone that we can listen to our own thoughts, understand our desires, and reflect on the direction we want our lives to take. When we are alone, we are no longer distracted by the opinions and judgments of others. It's just us, with our own internal world. This is where the power of self-discovery resides. One of the most valuable aspects of being alone is that it removes the external filters through which we often see the world. Every day we interact with people, absorb information, and make decisions that are influenced by the context of our environment. But when we are alone, we are stripped of these influences. There is no one else's voice in our head, no one else's expectations guiding us. It is just our thoughts, our feelings, and our instincts. Without the distractions of others, we are able to dive deeply into the questions that often elude us in our busy social lives. What are our true passions? What makes us feel alive? What are our greatest fears? What do we stand for? This process of introspection may not always be comfortable. It's natural to want to avoid painful truths or difficult realizations. But it's in these moments of discomfort that real growth often happens. When we spend time alone, we are forced to confront our deepest insecurities, to face the things we might otherwise ignore. It is through these confrontations that we begin to understand the complexities of our own identities. We begin to see where we have been holding ourselves back and where we might have been limiting our potential. Through solitude, we gain the ability to recognize the stories we've been telling ourselves, the narratives that may have shaped our lives in ways we didn't fully understand. And with this understanding, we are empowered to rewrite those stories in ways that reflect our true selves. In solitude, clarity emerges. Often, when we are overwhelmed by external noise, our minds become cluttered, making it difficult to make decisions or move forward in life. But when we are alone, we can take a step back, observe our own thought patterns, and gain perspective on our situation. The clarity that comes from being alone allows us to see things from a new angle, free from the influence of others' opinions. This fresh perspective is often the key to making decisions that are aligned with our authentic selves. We are able to shed the layers of doubt and confusion that may have clouded our judgment, and with clarity, we can move forward in a way that feels true and purposeful. Self-discovery is also about understanding our strengths and weaknesses. Often we are so focused on pleasing others or meeting external expectations that we neglect to acknowledge our own capabilities and limitations. When we are alone, we have the opportunity to reflect honestly on our abilities. What are we truly good at? What skills come naturally to us? And which ones do we struggle with? In solitude, we can take stock of our personal qualities without the pressure of comparison or competition. This understanding of our own strengths and weaknesses is essential for growth. When we know what we are capable of, we can better align our actions and goals with our unique abilities. Similarly, by recognizing our weaknesses, we can take steps to improve, grow, and become more resilient in the face of challenges. But perhaps one of the most powerful aspects of self-discovery is the realization that we are not defined by others' perceptions of us. Society, culture, and even our closest relationships often influence how we see ourselves. We can become so wrapped up in how others perceive us that we lose sight of who we truly are. Solitude provides the opportunity to break free from these external definitions and reconnect with our own inner truth. In these moments of isolation, we learn that our worth is not dependent on the approval or validation of others. We are able to reclaim our personal agency and embrace our unique qualities without fear of judgment. Being alone helps us understand that we are whole, complete beings as we are, and that our value doesn't need to be validated by the outside world. The process of self-discovery is also about letting go. We often carry the weight of past experiences, mistakes, and regrets. These burdens can shape our identities in ways that limit our potential for growth. When we spend time alone, we are given the space to release these negative emotions. Whether it's letting go of old grudges, forgiving ourselves for past mistakes, or simply accepting the things we cannot change, solitude allows us to process and heal. In the quiet, we are able to face our past with compassion, understanding, and a willingness to move forward. This sense of release is essential for personal transformation, as it frees us to fully embrace the present and the future. The act of being alone is also a means of cultivating mindfulness. When we are constantly surrounded by others, it's easy to get caught up in distractions and lose touch with the present moment. But in solitude, we can practice being fully present with ourselves. We can observe our thoughts without judgment, simply allowing them to flow without clinging to them. This practice of mindfulness allows us to gain a deeper understanding of our own mental and emotional patterns. It helps us observe how we react to situations, how our thoughts influence our feelings, and how our emotions shape our behaviors. Through this awareness, we are able to make more conscious choices and respond to life's challenges with greater equanimity. Another significant aspect of self-discovery is the realization that our identity is not fixed. Many people feel constrained by labels, roles, or societal expectations. However, in solitude, we are able to explore the fluidity of our own identities. We may discover parts of ourselves that we had previously suppressed or ignored, or we may find that we want to redefine who we are in ways that better reflect our true selves. This flexibility in identity is empowering because it reminds us that we have the freedom to evolve and change over time. Our identity is not a static concept, it is a dynamic, ever-changing process. Solitude provides the space to explore this process and embrace the fluidity of who we are. In the quiet of solitude, we can also better understand our desires and passions. In the noise of everyday life, it's easy to lose sight of what truly excites us, what lights a fire in our hearts. The pressure to conform to others' expectations can drown out our own desires. But in moments of aloneness, we are able to reconnect with our passions, to reignite the spark of creativity, joy, and purpose that may have been buried beneath the weight of external demands. Self-discovery is about acknowledging what we truly want in life, whether it's in our career, relationships, or personal pursuits. Solitude offers the opportunity to reconnect with these passions, to reignite the flame of possibility, and to begin taking steps towards a life that aligns with our deepest desires. The clarity gained in solitude is not just about understanding who we are, it is also about understanding where we are going. Self-discovery involves asking ourselves difficult questions about the future. What are our goals? What kind of life do we want to create? What legacy do we want to leave behind? In the quiet of solitude, we can envision the future without the distractions of everyday life. We can dream without limitations and create a roadmap that reflects our true aspirations. By gaining this clarity, we are able to set meaningful goals that are in alignment with our authentic selves, and we can take purposeful action toward creating the life we desire. Ultimately, self-discovery is a lifelong journey, one that is uniquely personal to each individual. The process is not linear, nor is it always easy. It requires introspection, honesty, and a willingness to confront uncomfortable truths. But in solitude, the path to self-discovery becomes clearer. It is in these moments of quiet reflection that we are able to reconnect with our truest selves, to gain clarity on our desires and purpose, and to move forward with confidence. Being alone provides the essential space for this transformation to take place, allowing individuals to rediscover their authenticity and step into a life that is true to who they are at their core. Independence and self-reliance are qualities that many people desire to cultivate in their lives. In a world that often emphasizes interdependence, collaboration, and communal living, there is an inherent value in being able to rely on oneself. These qualities allow an individual to navigate life's challenges with confidence and resilience, without constantly needing the support or approval of others. The journey toward independence and self-reliance is deeply personal, and solitude plays a crucial role in fostering these traits. When a person is alone, they are given the unique opportunity to build these qualities from the ground up, without external interference. At its core, independence is the ability to make decisions, take action, and live in a way that is true to one's own values and goals, rather than being swayed by others' expectations or desires. In today's society, many individuals struggle with a sense of dependence, often relying on external validation or guidance to navigate their lives. This reliance can come in many forms: emotional dependency on others, financial reliance on family or institutions, or even the tendency to seek advice at every turn rather than trusting one's own judgment. While seeking help or support from others is natural and sometimes necessary, there is a fine line between healthy interdependence and an unhealthy level of dependency. The process of becoming truly independent begins with the understanding that ultimately we are responsible for our own lives. While others may offer guidance, opinions, or help, the choices we make are ours and ours alone. Solitude gives us the opportunity to internalize this truth. When we are alone, we are forced to make decisions without relying on anyone else's input. These decisions may not always be easy, but they are ours. Every step we take, every challenge we face, and every success we experience in solitude reinforces the belief that we are capable of charting our own path. Through these experiences, we build the self-assurance that comes with knowing that we can handle whatever life throws our way. Self-reliance, on the other hand, goes hand in hand with independence. It is the ability to rely on one's own abilities, resources, and judgment, especially in times of adversity. Self-reliance is about developing the inner strength to face life's challenges without waiting for someone else to fix things for us. In solitude, we are given the space to cultivate this inner strength. Being alone forces us to confront difficulties without external support. In these moments, we cannot look to others for immediate answers or reassurance. Instead, we must rely on our own problem-solving skills, resourcefulness, and emotional resilience. It's important to understand that self-reliance does not mean isolation or rejecting help from others altogether. Instead, it's about building the confidence to trust oneself first. It means developing a sense of inner security that allows a person to face difficult situations head-on, knowing that they have the capability to navigate them. This process often requires self-reflection, the willingness to learn from mistakes, and a commitment to personal growth. When a person learns to be self-reliant, they no longer need to wait for others to take action or offer solutions. They are able to step up, take control, and make things happen on their own. One of the most significant benefits of solitude is the opportunity to develop problem-solving skills in an environment free from external distractions. When alone, a person can focus entirely on the task at hand without being interrupted by others or swayed by their opinions. This focused environment allows for deep concentration and creative thinking, which are essential components of self-reliance. Solitude encourages an individual to tap into their own intuition and critical thinking abilities. Over time, this process strengthens problem-solving skills as individuals learn to trust their own judgment and trust that they are capable of finding solutions even in the most challenging situations. In addition to fostering problem-solving abilities, solitude also nurtures resilience. Life inevitably presents us with obstacles, setbacks, and hardships. However, those who are self-reliant are better equipped to handle these challenges. The more time a person spends alone, the more opportunities they have to test their limits, face their fears, and overcome adversity on their own terms. When alone, an individual learns to manage their emotions, adapt to changing circumstances, and persevere in the face of uncertainty. This resilience builds over time, creating a foundation of inner strength that can be drawn upon when life's difficulties arise. Resilience, however, is not just about enduring hardship, it is also about learning from experiences and growing stronger as a result. Solitude provides the space for reflection, where individuals can look back on their experiences, analyze what went well and what didn't, and adjust their approach for the future. This process of self-reflection is vital for growth, as it allows a person to recognize patterns in their behavior and decision-making. It helps them understand their own triggers, preferences, and biases, which in turn allows for better decision-making moving forward. By learning from their experiences in solitude, individuals become more self-aware, more capable, and more confident in their ability to handle life's challenges. Independence and self-reliance also involve the ability to set boundaries, a skill that is often honed in solitude. In our relationships with others, we are constantly interacting, compromising, and negotiating. While these interactions are important for building strong connections, they can also lead to a loss of personal autonomy if we are not careful. Being alone gives individuals the time and space to define their boundaries, both physical and emotional. When a person is alone, they can better understand what they need, what they value, and what they are willing to tolerate in their interactions with others. These boundaries are essential for maintaining a sense of self while still engaging in relationships. Boundaries also play a crucial role in maintaining mental and emotional health. When we constantly rely on others for validation, approval, or emotional support, we risk losing touch with our own sense of self-worth. Solitude helps us develop the confidence to set limits with others, knowing that we do not need anyone else's permission to prioritize our own needs. This ability to say no when necessary and to protect one's emotional well-being is a vital component of both independence and self-reliance. By learning to honor our own boundaries, we empower ourselves to live authentically and true to our own desires, rather than constantly seeking approval or accommodating others at our expense. In solitude, individuals also learn the value of self-sufficiency. Self-sufficiency goes beyond simply handling one's own problems. It involves taking full responsibility for one's life. This means that an individual must take charge of their physical, emotional, and financial well-being. In the absence of others, people are often forced to develop a sense of resourcefulness, finding ways to meet their own needs. Whether it's managing one's finances, taking care of one's health, or pursuing personal development, solitude encourages individuals to take ownership of their lives and create the conditions for their own success. This self-sufficiency fosters a sense of empowerment and confidence, as individuals realize that they are fully capable of managing their lives on their own terms. Self-reliance also helps cultivate a sense of accountability. When we are alone, there is no one else to blame or rely on for support. The only person responsible for our actions and decisions is ourselves. This level of accountability forces individuals to take ownership of their choices and learn from their mistakes. Without the external influence of others, individuals become more responsible for their own lives, their own success, and their own happiness. This sense of responsibility is liberating, as it reinforces the belief that we are in control of our destinies and that we have the power to shape our own future. The development of independence and self-reliance in solitude also encourages the growth of self-confidence. Confidence comes from knowing that we are capable of handling life's challenges, making decisions, and solving problems on our own. When we repeatedly experience success in solitude, we begin to trust ourselves more. We develop a belief in our own abilities, which in turn strengthens our sense of independence. Self-reliance nurtures a deep sense of self-assurance, as individuals recognize their own power and capability. This confidence, built in solitude, translates into greater assertiveness and clarity in all areas of life as individuals become less dependent on external validation and more trusting of their own decisions. Independence and self-reliance are not about isolating oneself from others, but rather about developing a strong foundation of inner strength and confidence. Solitude creates the perfect environment for individuals to cultivate these traits, as it encourages introspection, resilience, problem-solving, and self-sufficiency. When individuals embrace solitude, they learn to rely on themselves and trust their own judgment, which builds the emotional and mental strength required to navigate life with confidence and self-assurance. The ability to stand alone without seeking constant support or approval from others is a powerful and liberating experience. It allows individuals to live authentically and pursue their goals without being tethered by the expectations or limitations imposed by others. Through solitude, individuals discover the true power of independence and self-reliance, realizing that they are capable of navigating life on their own terms with strength, confidence, and clarity. Creativity and innovation are vital forces that shape human progress and drive meaningful change. These qualities are often revered as essential components of success, not just in the realms of art or business, but in every facet of life. While creativity is typically associated with artistic expression or groundbreaking inventions, it also encompasses the ability to think differently, solve problems in novel ways, and bring new ideas to life. Innovation, closely tied to creativity, involves transforming those new ideas into practical solutions, products, or processes that can benefit society or improve the way we live. These qualities are highly valued because they have the power to drive progress, bring about societal shifts, and foster personal growth. However, to truly unlock creativity and innovation, an environment that allows freedom of thought and the removal of conventional boundaries is often necessary. One of the most conducive settings for nurturing both creativity and innovation is solitude. Being alone, without the influence of others, allows for uninterrupted reflection, independent thinking, and the mental space needed to explore new possibilities. It is in these moments of solitude that the mind can roam freely, connect seemingly unrelated ideas, and develop novel solutions to complex challenges. In contrast to the noise and distractions of a busy, connected world, being alone creates a sanctuary for the mind to engage in the deep thinking and exploration that often leads to breakthrough moments. The importance of solitude in fostering creativity lies in its ability to create a mental state free from external pressures and expectations. When we are constantly surrounded by others, our ideas are often filtered through their perspectives, values, and judgments. This external influence can stifle originality, as we may feel constrained to conform to the expectations of those around us. Solitude, on the other hand, offers the rare opportunity to let go of these influences and approach problems or creative pursuits from a fresh, untainted perspective. The mind is liberated to generate ideas that might otherwise seem too unconventional or risky, without the fear of judgment or the need to meet external standards. When alone, individuals can also take the time to connect with their inner thoughts and desires, allowing for a deeper understanding of what truly excites and inspires them. This self-connection is crucial for creativity because it taps into the wellspring of personal passions, experiences, and insights that can fuel the creative process. Often, creativity emerges from our ability to draw on personal experiences, emotions, and ideas in new and innovative ways. Solitude allows us the space to explore and reflect on our own stories, struggles, and triumphs, which can then serve as a source of inspiration for creative work. Whether through writing, painting, inventing, or any other form of creative expression, it is the deep understanding of oneself that often gives birth to the most original and innovative ideas. Another key aspect of creativity is the ability to think outside of conventional frameworks. In a world that often values conformity, breaking free from the usual way of thinking can be difficult. However, solitude allows for the quiet reflection that is needed to see beyond the familiar and push the boundaries of what is possible. It is in moments of isolation that the mind can wander without limitation, making connections between disparate ideas and concepts that would not normally be linked in a crowded or busy environment. Without the constant input of other people's thoughts and ideas, an individual has the freedom to explore novel paths, question assumptions, and challenge the status quo. This ability to think unconventionally is crucial for creativity, as it opens up new avenues of exploration and discovery. Creativity thrives when we allow ourselves the freedom to fail and experiment without fear of judgment. Many people are often reluctant to take creative risks because they are worried about how their ideas will be received by others. The fear of failure can paralyze the creative process, preventing new ideas from emerging. Solitude provides a safe space for experimentation, where individuals can test out their ideas without fear of criticism or failure. In these moments, there is no pressure to succeed, only the freedom to explore and learn from the process. This freedom to fail and try again is essential for innovation, as it enables individuals to take risks and pursue bold ideas that might otherwise be ignored or abandoned. Through solitude, individuals can gain the confidence to trust their own creative instincts, knowing that each failure is simply a step toward refinement and improvement. Innovation. The transformation of creative ideas into tangible outcomes also benefits greatly from solitude. When we are constantly surrounded by others, we are often conditioned to think in certain ways, influenced by societal norms, cultural expectations, and the opinions of those around us. Solitude breaks these patterns by providing a space for independent thought and introspection. In moments of isolation, individuals are free to question the assumptions that underpin conventional wisdom and explore new ways of thinking. This ability to think differently is crucial for both creativity and innovation, as it allows individuals to see solutions where others might only see problems, to identify opportunities where others might see limitations. Creativity and innovation are not just reserved for artists, scientists, or entrepreneurs. They are qualities that can be cultivated by anyone, in any field of life. Solitude provides the environment in which these qualities can thrive. By offering the freedom to think, experiment, fail, and refine, solitude allows individuals to tap into their fullest creative potential. It is in these quiet moments, free from the distractions and influences of the outside world, that true innovation occurs. Solitude provides the mental space needed for deep thought, reflection, and the development of new ideas that can shape the future. In a world that is often noisy and chaotic, solitude is the fertile ground where creativity and innovation can blossom, offering the possibility for groundbreaking discoveries, new inventions, and a deeper connection with the self. Through solitude, individuals can harness the power of creativity and innovation to transform their lives and the world around them. Emotional healing and resilience are fundamental aspects of human growth and well-being. In life, we all face moments of adversity, heartbreak, and challenges that test our emotional limits. Whether it's the loss of a loved one, the end of a meaningful relationship, the weight of personal failure, or the sting of disappointment, emotional pain is an inevitable part of the human experience. What distinguishes those who recover and grow from those who remain stuck in their pain is the ability to heal emotionally and build resilience. Emotional healing and resilience are not just about bouncing back from hardship, but about growing stronger, wiser, and more compassionate through the process. One of the first steps toward emotional healing is acknowledging and embracing the pain we feel. Society often pushes the narrative that we should move on quickly after emotional wounds, but real healing requires us to fully experience and confront our emotions. The pain that comes with loss, betrayal, or disappointment cannot simply be ignored or swept under the rug. Healing begins when we allow ourselves to feel the hurt, to be vulnerable, and to honor the depth of our emotions. In moments of solitude, we are given the space to process these emotions without the judgment or interference of others. When alone, there are no distractions, no outside voices urging us to move on too quickly, which allows us to sit with our feelings and truly understand what we are going through. Solitude becomes a powerful tool in the emotional healing process because it gives us time to reflect on our emotions in an unhurried and unfiltered way. It is only in quiet moments of introspection that we can dig deeper into what we are feeling and why. Instead of burying our emotions or seeking external distractions to avoid confronting them, solitude provides a space to be with ourselves and to explore the pain we are carrying. This introspection leads to self-awareness, helping us uncover the root causes of our emotional distress. Understanding the why behind our emotions is crucial for healing, as it helps us make sense of the pain and find pathways forward. Through this process of emotional exploration, we gain clarity about ourselves and our experiences. Emotional healing is not just about releasing negative emotions, but also about understanding the lessons that pain can offer. Every experience of pain, loss, or disappointment carries with it an opportunity for growth. By reflecting on these experiences in solitude, we gain insights into our values, our needs, and our boundaries. For example, after a breakup, an individual might feel heartbroken, but in solitude, they might come to understand the lessons learned about their own desires, the importance of self-care, and the nature of healthy relationships. Healing becomes a process of discovering the wisdom hidden within the pain and using that wisdom to inform future decisions. As we begin to understand our emotions more deeply, The next phase of healing involves self-compassion. It is easy to fall into self-blame or self-criticism after experiencing emotional pain. We may think we could have done something differently, or that we are somehow weak for feeling the way we do. However, emotional healing requires us to offer ourselves the same kindness and understanding that we would offer to a friend going through a difficult time. Self-compassion involves recognizing that emotional pain is part of the human experience and that it is okay to struggle, to feel vulnerable, and to need time to heal. When we are alone, we have the opportunity to practice self-compassion by tending to our needs without guilt or judgment. Solitude can be a time to nurture ourselves, engage in self-care, and remind ourselves that we are worthy of love and kindness, especially when we are hurting. This act of self-compassion creates a foundation of emotional resilience. Resilience is the ability to recover from setbacks and keep going despite hardship. Emotional resilience does not mean we never feel pain or that we never experience difficulty. It means that we have the strength and inner resources to navigate these challenges and emerge stronger. Resilience is built gradually, over time, through experiences of overcoming adversity. Solitude can help nurture this resilience by allowing us to process and learn from our challenges in a supportive, non-judgmental environment. By facing difficult emotions alone, we gain the confidence that we can handle the complexities of life on our own terms, which strengthens our overall resilience. As we continue the process of emotional healing, another crucial aspect of resilience is the ability to reframe our experiences. This is particularly important when we face hardship or loss. When we experience emotional pain, our immediate reaction might be to view the situation as a defeat or something that defines us negatively. However, resilience involves the ability to shift our perspective and see challenges as opportunities for growth. In solitude, we are given the mental space to engage in this reframing process. We can look at our pain from different angles, explore what we can learn from the experience, and consider how it might shape us positively in the future. For instance, an individual who loses a job might initially feel devastated, but through introspection, they may begin to see it as an opportunity to explore new career paths, develop new skills, or focus on personal passions. Another critical element of emotional resilience is emotional regulation, the ability to manage our emotions effectively rather than being overwhelmed by them. While emotional pain is inevitable, we can learn to manage our reactions to it. Solitude provides the space to practice emotional regulation by allowing us to pause, reflect, and choose how to respond to difficult feelings. Instead of being swept away by anger, sadness, or frustration, we can take a step back, observe our emotions, and decide on a healthy course of action. This practice of emotional regulation strengthens our resilience by giving us the ability to face difficult emotions without letting them control us. Over time, we develop a greater sense of emotional mastery, which helps us navigate future challenges with greater ease and confidence. Resilience is also cultivated through the process of acceptance. Accepting our emotions, the situations we find ourselves in, and the things we cannot change is an important step in emotional healing. It is natural to resist or fight against painful emotions or circumstances, but true resilience lies in our ability to accept things as they are and move forward. In moments of solitude, we are often confronted with the truth of our situations, and acceptance becomes a necessary part of the healing process. By accepting our emotions and experiences without judgment, we can release the burden of resistance and begin to heal. Acceptance allows us to let go of the past and focus on the present moment, which is essential for moving forward and building emotional resilience. Alongside acceptance, another important facet of emotional resilience is the development of a growth mindset. A growth mindset is the belief that our abilities, emotions, and circumstances can improve over time through effort, learning, and perseverance. When we approach life with a growth mindset, we see challenges as opportunities to learn and grow, rather than as insurmountable obstacles. In solitude, we have the opportunity to cultivate this mindset by reflecting on past challenges and recognizing the ways in which we have grown as a result. Whether through introspection or journaling, solitude allows us to track our progress, acknowledge our strengths, and reinforce the belief that we are capable of overcoming future obstacles. Resilience and focus on our own vision for the future. It is during these quiet moments that we can reconnect with our aspirations, reaffirm our goals, and remind ourselves that healing is a journey that takes time. Hope keeps us moving forward, even when the path ahead seems unclear or difficult. Furthermore, emotional healing and resilience are not just about individual strength, but about the ability to reconnect with others after experiencing pain. While solitude is necessary for introspection and healing, emotional growth also involves reintegrating into social relationships with a sense of understanding, empathy, and compassion. As we heal, we learn not only to heal ourselves, but to extend that healing energy to others. Resilience is deeply connected to our ability to share our experiences and support others who are also healing. Solitude teaches us the importance of self-care, but true resilience is built when we can share our strength with those around us, whether through offering support to others or seeking support when we need it. In the process of emotional healing, it is crucial to remember that the journey is not linear. Healing is messy, nonlinear, and sometimes unpredictable. There will be moments of progress followed by setbacks, and that's okay. Emotional resilience is not about being unshakable or never experiencing pain, but about having the courage to keep moving forward, even when it feels difficult. Through solitude, we learn to be patient with ourselves, allowing ourselves the grace to heal at our own pace. Emotional healing and resilience are deeply interconnected. Healing allows us to process and release emotional pain, while resilience strengthens our ability to face future challenges with confidence and grace. Solitude plays a vital role in both processes by providing the mental space for introspection, self-compassion, acceptance, and growth. Through emotional healing, we learn to understand ourselves more deeply and embrace our emotional experiences as opportunities for growth. Through resilience, we gain the strength to rise above adversity, continue moving forward, and emerge stronger than before. The combination of emotional healing and resilience creates a powerful foundation for living a fulfilling, authentic life.